sorry. For the last 8 months, we have been coming to report to you the state of the COVID-19 pandemic. We have given you the situation reports, not just for our local community, but regional and international as well. We from the onset emphasized the all-of-society approach that was needed to fight this virus. In the early days of this pandemic, we were able to capture the attention of the country and got the majority of persons on board to fight this deadly virus. We saw the closure of our borders, lockdowns and curfews imposed to prevent the spread of the virus locally once the first case arrived on our shores in March this year. These were tough times that required tough decisions and personal sacrifice by all. Some were required to make a greater sacrifice than others, losing all or part of their income through layoffs and cutbacks. We have gotten thus far as a nation without a single death or serious hospitalization from COVID-19. It is only with an effective vaccine that we will be able to see our way out of this global crisis. Thankfully, there is promise of at least 2 vaccines on the near horizon that offer hope with over 90% efficacy. Renowned infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci said, "The cavalry is on the way in the form of the coronavirus vaccine, but urged one last national effort to stop the spread." I am here today to ask everyone to come on board as we make one last sustained national effort to contain the spread of the disease locally as we bide time until we have an effective vaccine for use in the general population. The CMO said in her talk when we were reopening our borders that the virus was coming. Some were shocked by her brutal honesty. It took a mere 3 weeks for us to have the first documented revisit of COVID-19, proving her statement true. Worldwide, there have been more cases reported in the last 4 weeks than in the first 6 months of this pandemic. The cases are surging in Europe and North America. Our Caribbean neighbors are also seeing a surge with community spread in some countries. We do not live in a vacuum, and with our borders open to regional and international travel, the virus will keep coming. With our open borders, the virus will also make its way here through illegal human trafficking. As long as the virus is circulating regionally and internationally, we will never be COVID-free. We may have periods where all of our documented cases are recovered, but we will never be COVID-free until we have true herd immunity from an effective vaccine. This is not an exercise in fear-mongering. It's the stark reality of where we are in this fight against the deadly virus, with more than 55 million cases globally and more than 1.3 million persons dead. 2 facts in the fight against COVID-19 are reassuring. 1, the virus does not have a brain, we do. And 2, the virus cannot move from point A to point B without hitching a ride from us. We must do all within our powers to contain this virus and leave it dead in its track, wherever it is. All that we have to do requires minimal use of our tremendous brain power. That is just to remember to wear a mask, to physically distance, to hand sanitize, and to practice good cough etiquette. In the context of daily living, we need to avoid the 3 C's: crowds, closed spaces, and close contact setting. As we move into the Christmas and Carnival season, we need to adapt to the new norms that will keep us safe into the new year. We need to take a close look at a number of the super spreader events planned for the season, and I refer to the parties, fetes, concerts, balls, etc. We need to ask ourselves if it's worth trading the lives of our loved ones over one night of fun and frolic. If we lose focus now and become complacent, we can see a significant surge in COVID-19 cases right here in our federation. We will see an overwhelming of our healthcare system and the deaths that we see now happening in our neighboring islands and just north of us in the USA. We need all hands on deck now with a singular purpose of doing all we can to contain the virus. No one is safe until everyone is safe, and the singular action of one can have far-reaching consequences for us all. We have run a good race thus far in the fight against COVID-19. Let us make one last surge as a nation towards the finish line of containing this virus until we have an effective vaccine available for all. We will get through this crisis, but only with the help of you. I thank you.